Mexico are the Giants of Concacaf. Straight from the mouth of Santi Jimenez. What do you think?
I think Santi's smart. He's given a very political answer. He knows the climate. Could you imagine if he said any other team besides Mexico, they would eat him up, they would slaughter him online? He's given the political answer. So I understand what he's doing. Listen, he's a very intelligent player. Luckily for Santi, he's got the luxury and the benefit of having somebody who's been there, done that, like his father, Cristian Jimenez, who's a legend in Liga MX, the former Boca Juniors man. He was big in Pachuca. He was big in Cruz Azul. He's been there, done that. So he knows the athlete's playbook. He knows what to say, what not to say. You will never say it's not Mexico if you play for Mexico. Is he right? Not right now. No. And I could probably slice this up in three ways. Like on paper, and bear with me, on paper, Seb, you could say El Gigante de CONCACAF today is the United States men's national team, okay? They won the last Nations League. They won the last Gold Cup with the C team, if you will. They're the only team in CONCACAF to make it out of the group stage in Qatar in the World Cup. They've got the biggest, most expanded player pool of them all. But I don't think they're the ones in the best moment. Now, if you talk about the best moment for me, I would probably go with Canada. Now, I know that Canada crashed out of the World Cup, if you will, but I've already gone through that group and what that group is. Insane group with two semifinalists, one old runner-up in the last World Cup, the golden generation of Belgium, et cetera, et cetera. They got the best player in CONCACAF in Alphonso Davies. They got the best coach for my money in John Herdman. They probably have the best team and most favorites in June for my money as well. But if you're going off history and popularity and fan base, without a doubt, it's Mexico. So how do you want to slice this?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can go either way they want. So I've got no issue with it. All this is pretty much made up BS, if you will. It's what you feel, because unless there's a team that runs this table for the next 2 decades, I think we're going to keep having this conversation.
Yeah. I mean, he is wrong to say it, right? Mexico right now or not. To your point, they have the weakest of the three arguments, I think, to claim kind of the top spot in CONCACAF. No doubt about that. The other thing for him is he hasn't really been part of the setup, so he's not really, in that regard, so capacitated to speak on who the Giant of CONCACAF is. But if I'm a Mexico fan, I don't mind this one bit. I don't mind it because I want somebody somewhere to be defiant in the face of Mexican football's slide down the CONCACAF pecking order. And if it's Santiago Jimenez, great. Because the last time around, as Canada and the United States were clearly moving past Mexico, the vibe that we got, not just from the players, but specifically from the manager, Tata Martino, was, well, it's not that big a deal. Guess to whom it is a big deal that you be the best in your neighborhood? The fans. So Mexico fans are going to love this, to your point, from Santiago Jimenez. It's defiance. It may be foolish defiance, but somebody in Mexico is planting a flag in the ground and saying, no, we are still the top dog, or at least we believe it. And I love that as a fan.
You know what? I understand what you're saying, Seb, but I can't think of one Mexican player that would say it's not Mexico. That's a reality.
Right.
Like, they're probably the only nation, the only pool where, let's say there's 25 in that pool, 25 in that team. All 25 would tell you they are the Giants of CONCACAF. I don't think you could think, I don't think Canada would say the same, all 25, and I don't think the U.S. would say the same. There may be some doubting, there may be some more political answers, but I guarantee you all 25 in Mexico would say that, even if it's not the reality.
Right. May not be the Giant, but certainly still facing the most pressure. Let's get back to Santiago Jimenez, Herc, and his